Hi my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of our FM23 series with Deportivo La Coruna as we try to return them to glory. Last episode is linked above, my friends, and we're going to jump into a fresh one today. I want to start today's episode by apologising for the lack of Football Manager content. I kind of started both these series with the intention of uploading every single day and kind of combining them with like the F1 series that's going at the moment, just for like some regular content, and life's just been crazy. And then December creeped up on me, and for those that know, I do a bit of graphic design and whatnot. December's always a really busy month. I do a lot of kind of like Santa Claus letters and all this sort of stuff for people. It's quite a nice little side hustle at Christmas, trust me, doing a bit of graphic design. And I've just been mad, but hopefully now from this point I'm going to be able to get on it a bit more regular. I found a way that I can kind of bulk record anyway. So that little bit of nonsense out of the way, let's jump on in. Okay, my friends, so we're going to start the fixtures, as we always do. I believe, memory serves correct, it was Linares and Racing de Ferrol was last episode, wasn't it? So yeah, we've moved on a fair amount, as you can see. I decided to move on like a bit more than I had been because it kind of leaves me with a nice little gap kind of towards the end of the season. As you can see, we're undefeated since we last met, gang, which is really, really good. 3 wins, 3 draws. It just seems to be the way that things are going at the moment, but we've got some big games in today's episode. But before we jump into today, let's take a look at all the highlights and let me get you caught up. So the first game, gang, was a 3-2 win. We actually go 2-0 to the good in this game. You will see the first goal comes from Santa Maria, who's actually been incredible for us since we converted him to a deep line forward. He then puts a ball through into Victor Naro, and that's kind of the thing I've loved about the deep line forward as well, as he plays in his strike partner. They do grab a goal back, as you can see, lovely ball through, and it's a really good finish, to be fair. Bellman, I actually think, does well there to come out, but gets dinked. Then we have a free kick, well delivered, lovely header. Santa Maria completes the brace. They do grab another one, but it's really, really late on. It proves to be nothing but a consolation effort. It was then the turn of high-flying Castilla, and Diaz ruins their hopes with that free kick. I was hoping Alcorcon were going to be the next victim, but unfortunately they grabbed themselves a point. They took the lead, then a few moments later you will see Alabi, the corner wasn't great, unbelievable deflections, 1-1. It was then the turn of a 2-2 draw, and I've got to say, gang, I was very disappointed in this one because we go 2-0 to the good. We're absolutely cruising in this game, and especially in the first 25 minutes. We look like we're going to go on to romp it. Naro with the second, but unfortunately, sloppy Deportivo concede 2 goals in the last 20 minutes of this game. You will see it's some good football, to be fair to them. It's a lovely finish, this one, but the next comes in the 91st minute of this match, and that's just unforgivable as far as I'm concerned. A little too sloppy. The defenders don't do anything. They get themselves a point. But then it's back to winning ways against Merida, and we go 3-0 to the good in this game. Ball over the top. It's into Naro. He finishes well, straight over the top of the defenders. Seems to be something that works a lot. Then we got a corner and it just pinballs around in there, but it ends up getting put away. Then we have our third goal, and it's a nice bit of build-up play. It's into Diaz. He finishes with aplomb, and then they go and grab themselves a consolation in the second half. It came early on, thought there might be a fight back, not to be. And then we finished the run with a 2-2 draw against Celta Vigo B, and we actually end up rescuing this one. Santa Maria takes advantage of a poor bit of goalkeeping, but then we go 2-1 down in the game. Celta really coming into it. You will say Damian goes through for their first, and then the second goal is from the penalty spot, but we grab a late equaliser, no more than we deserved in the game. It does have to be said. Alabi, ball over the top, and that man Naro is there again. And so that completes the roundup, gang, and I think that, you know, we haven't lost, so that form's all right. But this has been a tougher league than I really thought it was going to be to be honest with you. I think because we were made favourites, I thought we were just going to run away with it, and it was anything but the case. We're going to be playing Rayo and Cordoba in today's today's episode, and it actually makes it a big one because Cordoba are up there trying to get promotion themselves. If I show you the league table and how it looks, you will see we have officially made it into the playoff places should we not go up as champions, but it is still very, very tight at the top. Castilla are just a point ahead of us, but should we win this next game, we would go top of the table. We are going to be playing Cordoba as well. Should we beat them, that would pull out a nice healthy gap to those guys in third place. We've got a very, very healthy gap over Vallejo and Alcorcon as well, and I'm pretty much going to say this now, that's probably the playoff picture as it stands, as Alcorcon are 10 points ahead of Linares now. Santa Maria, top goal scorer Ruben Diaz, top assister. It's actually been not a bad season, after the shaky, hippie shaky start that we made. But this is the team we're going with. This is the team we go. This is the game we're going to go with. It's against Rayo, so let's get to it. We're going to go with Bellman in goal, Martinez and Tashi at centre back. We've got the wing backs in Canero and Trilli. We're going to go Villares in the ball winning midfield position. Alabi is going to partner Alex Lopez in the midfield. Diaz through the middle, and Naro and Santa Maria are going to continue up top. They've got 33 goals between them. So here we go, gang, for the first game of today's episode. I'm really, really hoping I can pull out a couple of victories for you, because I feel like in both my FM series this year, it's been a bit up and down where results and stuff have been concerned. I found it pretty difficult. That is the thing. I am finding FM23 to be a bit of a challenge. I am not going to lie, gang. And do you know what? I'm not deterred by it, because I do feel like the last couple of editions of Football Manager have been relatively easy, and I've said it before already in this series, but I have. But they've patched the game recently, and I have noticed a lot less bullshit in the defence as we go through. And Diaz, that man, scores again this season. I tell you something, I would love to take him on loan again next year, but after the season he's had, there's no way Tenerife are letting me have him. As the ball comes in, that's headed out, dealt with quite nicely. It's into Diaz again. I thought he was going to shape up for a shot. It's not to be. It's cleared out. It's not bad. Lopez, Villares, we are recycling quite nicely, but that ends up in the hands of the goalkeeper. I'd be surprised if this continues. It is continuing. Header, not to be. And are they going to score because they're on the ball now? This is a long highlight. Something's definitely going to happen at the end of it. It must do. And he gives it away, and it's into Victor Naro, and Victor Naro is not going to turn down that opportunity to grab himself a goal in this game. That's terrible from the goalkeeper. He had all the time in the world, and that's what he does with the football. So there you have it, gang. That's not a good day at the office for Victor Naro, is it? Santa Maria comes wide into Ruben Diaz. If he scores here, it would have been game over in 13 minutes of this game. We've been purely dominant. We've been so on top of this one. Been a really, really good start to the episode and to the first game. It does have to be said. Giving Trilli a go as well at right back. At right wing back. He hasn't played a lot. He really hasn't. Not since we signed Villa, who's been a staple and very, very consistent in the position. We're popping this around really nicely now. Santa Maria into Tree, and how did that not go in? 3 people all had a chance. Ends up deflecting over the top for a free kick. We've got Diaz with the corner. Comes down to Lopez. And I'm just going to move my screen ever so slightly. I feel like I'm really having to twist my neck. And I have got a sore neck at the moment. That's a good save from the keeper. Right, building from the back. That's what I want to see. We go wide into Canero. Driving into the midfield. It's now into Martinez. Into Villares. Martinez again. Into Alabi. Better. See, when it's not quick, I would rather we err on the side of caution rather than just ping it over the top, which is what we did there, and we still end up with the ball. And this has been really decent. And Ruben Diaz caps an incredible Deportivo La Coruna move. And I think that Danny Ball is finally starting to come to fruition at this football club. All of a sudden, we seem to be playing some decent stuff. What a game so far. We have dominated in the areas we've needed to dominate. 2 assists for Santa Maria. This is the thing with the deep lying role that I've realised and I've noticed, is that even when they're not scoring, they're usually in there helping make the chances, which is really good. You know what? I got sucked into not experimenting much on the last 2 games because I just found tactics that work. But I've really had to experiment. That's a good save. Jesus Christ, I was going to loop over the top of him. But yeah, I've had to experiment this time around because the old usual tact didn't work. But that's a poor header. To be fair, the ball hasn't helped him. He drives in and somehow that stayed out. I think the keeper saved it, deflected onto our player, and it just goes out. Jesus Christ, we got lucky there. Ball does come in. We're going to clear that though. Ball in again, headed, saved, pretty good. Can we just get to half time? They really came into it after we went 3-0 up. It's like we sat back. It was like the game was won and that was it. Let's just get them out there for the second half. Just need to get this done and dusted now. I've got right itchy nose. But yeah, if we lose it from here, or if we draw from here, I would be very annoyed. We are picking up quite a lot of yellow cards though, which is a worry. And there we go. No, see, Naro should have run with that. He did well to kind of track that, nick the ball, and that's a ball in behind the defender. Sergio Lamas scores. What was I saying? What was I saying about they've patched it and it doesn't feel as weird? Yeah, well, either that's just an incredible ball or the defender was caught on his heels there. They've really come into the game since we went 3-0 up. Santa Maria, though, into Lopez, now into Naro, goes wide to Trilli. He's not really going to go past anyone. It's into Santa Maria, finds himself wide. It's into Diaz! Oh, what a save from the keeper. That would have been Diaz's hat-trick. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Good football again, though. Really good build-up play. It seems that all of a sudden the passing is a lot quicker, a lot sharper, a lot closer to what I kind of expect, you know, with the way that I've got the team set up. I'm going to bring... I'm going to bring Villa on. I'm going to bring Granero on. And yeah, just that for now. I'm just trying to get a couple of the yellow cards off the pitch, to be honest with you. Because it was a bit worrying, the amount of yellow cards. 4 yellow cards we had out there. It's been a feisty game by the looks of things. 6 yellow cards in the game. Let's just do this stuff. Keep on top of it. Cordoba were 3-0 up. It's now 3-2, I just noticed. That's incredible. All over the top. Don't do the same. Oh my God, they've hit the woodwork. Just clear it. Jesus Christ. Just rose edit from there. My God, they've had the better chances. Since we've gone 3-0 up, they really have had the better chances. Like, we haven't really gone for it anymore, have we? We've got a free kick here to face. And that's hit the woodwork again. Jesus Christ. An inch inside the post on both occasions, and it's 3-3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there you have it. Game's done. Well, that was a beautiful way to start this episode, wasn't it? I don't know why I've highlighted that player there. But yeah, very, very good way to start the episode. We're now going to move on to the next game. And this one's the big one as far as I'm concerned. Cordoba are flying high along with us. So This is the one. If we could take points off of these guys, it would be absolutely monumental to our title chances. I would rather go up automatically than have to worry about the playoffs. But yeah, we're going to go with Bellman in goal, Martinez and Tashi at centre-back. Canero and Villa are going to play at wing-back. We're going to go Villares, Alabi, Alex Lopez midfield. And then we're going to go Diaz, Naro, Santa Maria in the attacking positions. And so here we go, gang. It's time for the second game. I would argue this is probably the bigger game of the two. These guys are up there with us at the end of the day. If we win this, we're going to open up a very, very nice gap between us and Cordoba. They are currently second in the league. So yeah, this would be a massive, massive result for us. I know we just got to hope that Castilla lose their game. Yeah, it would be very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. But it's been a slow opening 20 minutes, hasn't it, to the game? Neither team really gone for it. Villares. And yes! It's Ruben Diaz again. The man can't stop scoring. Jesus Christ. He's in the right place at the right time there. Lopez's initial shot deflects into his path. But Jesus, this Diaz lad. He's unbelievable. Been incredible for us this season. I don't know where we'd be without him, to be honest with you. Nearly half time. It's been, other than that one highlight, that's been the only like real proper chance we've had a chance to look at, you know. Half time. Yeah, I'm not gonna come down on them too much. Just gonna say, like, do better. Just carry on doing what you're doing, but just give me a little bit more. Another goal would be nice, to be honest, because then that kind of seals the deal to some degree, doesn't it? Has Ruben Diaz picked up a knock there? Yeah, he has. Let's do that first. We might have to bring Ruben Diaz off. Right, we've got a free kick to worry about first, though. And they don't really get much from it. Ball over the top. See, that's really good defending. Why doesn't that happen more? I've seen some odd defending on this game. I really, really have. But I do think the quality of the player, there's a big correlation. So Ruben Diaz is injured and he's just been two-footed. Unbelievable. I'm going to get Diaz off. Yeah, and then... yeah, get Granero on. Alabi's going to go into the attacking midfield position. Alabi's been another absolute standout since we've changed to this formation. Like, really thrives in that deep line position. It's a weird one for the opposition, this, because they're obviously down to 10 men, but they do need to go for it a little. They're 1-0 behind and they're in the hunt, aren't they? But ball comes in and Tashi makes it 2-0. Get in there. Come on. Come on. That should be the game. That should be the game. 10 men. I'm really hoping that's the game. Not long to go. Alabi now. Ball comes in. They've done quite well to get it out, but Canero is there. He's going to drive forward. Ball coming in. It's defended well again. Villa this time. Into Villares. Lopez comes back out to Villa. First time pass. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's Victor Naro. He gets a goal. And it's easy peasy in the end. And it's a huge result, this one. I'm going to bring Issy on for Villares, and I'm going to bring Max Svensson on for Santa Maria. And call that a day, I think. Let's just... Let's get this done. Let's get this signed out. Let's get this game over and done with. It's been a very, very nice day at the office. All right, if you want to grab another goal to up that goal difference, feel free, go for it. But have some mercy on them. Issy, oh, it was nice feet, to be fair, from Issy. Shot just didn't match up with the control. That's a really good kick out from the keeper. And they're in. They've actually got a few players there. What a save. What a save from Bellman. Unbelievable reactions from the keeper there to keep him out. That's very, very good. Very good. And this is going to be a massive, massive win this season. Come on. Finally, we found some form, guys. We're on a run. We're on a run towards the end of the season now. We've got 4 games to go, and I'm going to show you the league table in a minute. And yeah, it's ours to lose. It really is ours to lose now. 6 goals scored in today's episode. That is what we all love to see. We've got Baheo, Sands, Linens, and Quater to finish the season. I guess what I'm going to do is maybe just play on until there's the potential for us to maybe lift the title, or if we're throwing it away. I think that's all I can do. And then, you know, try and leave some games, you know, towards the end. We know we've made it into the playoffs, but I don't know what it's going to take for us to be champions. As you can see, though, we've really pulled out a gap at the top of the table now. That is really good to see, to be honest with you. I was really, really worried about this season. I was looking at this. They must have restructured the lower leagues in Spain recently, because there would have been more winners than this. There's always been a third, fourth tier of Spanish football at the end of the day. So yeah, they must have reconfigured the way this all works recently. It's you know, maybe I need to go and take a look at that, take a little read. But yeah, Deportivo, as you can see, flying high. 22 wins, 10 draws, just the 2 defeats. I'm really surprised at just the 2 defeats, to be honest with you. I felt like we were a lot worse than that in the early season, but then maybe I'm thinking about the other series that we've got going. But we're in a good spot. Hopefully next episode we'll either be crowned champions or be relegated to the playoffs, which we don't want. And so there you have it, my friends. We're done and dusted for another episode of FM23's Return to Glory with Deportivo La Coruna. Yes, I've enjoyed that one. Very, very much enjoyed that one. Let me know what you've made of it in the comment section below. I really, really appreciate it, my friends. And feel free to drop me a subscribe if you're new, a like if you've enjoyed. And yeah, that's all good in the hood. Feel free to go check out all my other stuff as well. Discord, Patreon, it's all there in the description. Check it out. My friends, stay safe, stay humble. I salute you all. See you all later.